learning curve, as most of you know. But we're gonna start in forward fold today, actually. So go ahead and like find a bend in your knees. Let your chest come to your quads. Maybe find ragdoll by grabbing your opposite elbows with your hands. Rocking side to side, maybe. Nodding your head, yes and no. Maybe closing your eyes. We're just gonna take a few breaths here. No pressure to use that yogic breath yet. Just breathe normally. And then on your next inhale, we'll all halfway lift. Lengthen through the spine. Maybe bring your hands to your hands. And exhale, fold. Toe your feet together. Next inhale, we're gonna rise up to stand as slow as you can, coming up one vertebrae at a time. Stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Head is the last thing that comes up. Shoulders roll back and down. Next inhale, our arms will come up overhead. We'll bring our hands in prayer at heart center. Maybe coming to intention today. So setting a word, a phrase, or a mantra that you can come back to throughout class if it gets a little challenging or if you get distracted. You're gonna seal that intention in with an in-breath. Holding at the top, and exhale, we'll sigh that out. Starting to cultivate our Ujjayi breathing. So inhaling in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. On the exhale, maybe finding a slight constriction in the back of the throat, making that ocean-like sound. Next inhale, palms come up overhead. As we exhale, maybe simple mudra, the fingers, let the index fingers go. Exhaling over to the right side for a side body stretch. Gaze goes towards your left armpit, keeping that heart, that chest open. Next inhale, coming back to center. And exhaling over to the left side. Maybe gaze goes underneath the right arm. Inhaling back up to center. And exhaling, cactusing the arms, letting the head go back bend. Inhaling back up to center. And exhale, folding forward. As we fold forward, we begin to bend our knees. So coming down into this tight little ball. Maybe your heels come up off the ground. But tucking your chin into your chest. So finding that full flexion of the spine. Inhaling to forward fold or halfway lift. And exhale, folding forward. We'll go through that two more times. So next inhale, root your eyes, palms come up overhead this time. Exhale, simple mudra, the index fingers, leaning over towards that right side. Inhaling back up to center. And exhaling over towards the left. Inhaling back up to center. This time maybe keeping the side of the hands. We take a back bend like this. Inhaling back up. And exhale, folding forward, coming down into that tight little ball. Inhale, halfway lifting. Palms come to your shins. Exhale, folding forward. Last half sun A. Inhale, palms come up overhead, root to rise. Exhaling over towards that right side. Inhaling up to center. And exhaling over towards the left. Inhaling up back to center, taking your back bend of choice. Maybe you cactus the arms. Inhaling back up. And exhaling, folding down forward. We're going to walk out to our first down today, so getting right into it. So you want like an upside down V shape. Maybe coming into plank first. And then sending your hips back to get that facing right. Next in-breath, we'll lift up our right foot for 3-point. Keeping the hips squared off here, our pinky toe is pointing down. Nice. Now pushing that, or energetically pulling that left heel down to the ground. Holding here for one more breath. Next inhale, opening up that right hip, that right leg, keeping our shoulders squared off to the ground. So if it helps to look underneath that left armpit, maybe doing that. It's maybe even taking circles with the ankle, big circles with the hip. If you're ready and want to flip your dog heel here, feel free to do so. This is your home practice. If not, we'll just square our hips back off. Releasing that right leg down for our down dog. Maybe pedaling out the feet. Taking a cleansing breath here. Letting that go. Inhaling in through the nose. Exhale, sighing something out. Next in breath, our left leg rises up for 3-point. Nice pinky toes pointing down. Our hips are internally rotated. Nice energetically pulling that right heel down to the ground. Holding here for one more breath, like you're pressing that sole of your lifted foot onto the back wall, wherever you are. The next inhale, opening up the hips, keeping the shoulders squared off. Maybe taking circles with the ankle in one direction, always switching the direction, evening it out. Maybe taking circles with the hip. Maybe flipping the dog here if you did so on the opposite side. Wherever you are, squaring those hips back off. Our left leg is still extended up. A little bit different this time. As we set that left leg down, we're placing that foot, placing that left heel in front of the right toe. So coming into like a shorter down dog. Next in breath, we lift up that right leg. So we're walking all the way up to the top of the mat. Take this with your own breath. So just maybe feeling into the back of the legs for the first time today. Nice placing heel down first and then releasing the toe down. All the way into your forward fold. Try not to move your hands. I'm going to move mine because they're not in the frame. But trying to walk all the way up to your hands. Nice little inhale, halfway lift here. And as we exhale, we'll send our left leg back, coming into our low crescent lunge. So letting that left knee go down to knee. Making sure our knee doesn't go past our ankle, but sinking into this lunge so much that you can feel it in the hips. Nice inhaling here, maybe looking up, maybe taking palms to touch, maybe finding a little back bend here. One more in breath. And then on the exhale, we'll find half splits. So straightening through that front leg. You're going to bring your palms by your side, keeping that spine long for the inhale. And then as we exhale, we maybe bring that chin a little closer to holding here for 3 breaths. Making sure we're still using that pranayama breath, that ujjayi breathing. Well, next inhale, halfway lift, placing that left palm beside your right leg. On the inside of the right leg, we're going to take a twist here. So keeping the hips exactly as they are. We're just twisting through the upper body, through the chest. Stacking shoulders on top of one another. Maybe gaze even goes up towards that right thumb. Holding here for one more breath. And then releasing that right hand back on the outside of the right leg. We'll place our right toes down to the ground. So staying in this half splits, but placing the right toes down to the ground. Maybe lift up a little bit more. We're going to take the left hand on the outside of the right leg. So starting to like twist over towards the right side of the mat. You might feel this in your IT band on the outside of that right leg. Holding for one more in breath. And one more exhale. Next inhale, walking the palms forward, beginning to shift your weight forward, coming all the way up into our forward fold. So meeting the left foot with the right. We inhale, half lift. And on the exhale, we'll set that right leg back, coming into our low crescent lunge. Palms come up overhead. Maybe palms come to touch. Maybe gaze goes up with it. Maybe finding that back bend here. Holding here for one more full breath. And then exhale, beginning to straighten out that left leg, coming into our half splits. Keeping that spine long on the inhale. And exhale, maybe folding over, bringing chin to shin. Holding here for 3 more breaths. Next, inhale, halfway lift. Plant that left or right palm firmly down on the inside of that left leg, opening up for that twist with the right or the left arm, sorry. Maybe gaze goes up towards that left thumb. Holding here for 1 more breath. And the next exhale, framing that front foot, bending into the knees, sending your weight forward, coming back into this forward fold. We'll halfway lift. On our exhale, we'll find Padangusthasana. So taking your peace fingers to your big toes, lengthen through the spine on the end breath. And as we exhale, we fold forward. We bring those elbows to the mat. Maybe head in between the shins one day. Holding in this fold for a few breaths. Inhaling, halfway lifting, releasing the bind, coming into our Padangusthasana. So our palms face up, come underneath the feet. So top of the palms are on the ground. It's the same fold here. We inhale, we halfway lift. We exhale, we bring those elbows towards the sides of the mat. Maybe your hamstrings are a little less tight now, so playing with straightening one and then the other, or making this all about your spine. Please inhale, halfway lifting, releasing the bind. As we exhale, we make our way into our tabletop. So placing the shoulders right over the wrist, hips right over the knees. We'll come into our cat-cow. So every inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the chin up towards the sky. And every exhale, curving through the spine, rounding through the spine, bringing the chin into chest. Taking that with your own breath. So inhaling, looking up. And exhaling, tucking everything in, grounding. Taking your own organic, intuitive movements. Maybe it's dancing lions. Maybe it's some wrist movements. You can turn the fingers to face you, taking circles over the wrists. Really whatever feels good for you here. We'll take 3 more breaths on our own. And then we'll meet back in neutral tabletop. Coming into our puppy pose, so walking the palms forward, bringing our chest towards the mat, eventually forehead. Maybe you have a ton of space and want to place your chin on the mat, making sure our hips are over our knees still here, so we're not sinking back into a child's pose. Nice, holding here for 3 breaths. Maybe bringing your heels up to your glutes. Maybe bringing prayer hands behind the back. The next inhale, we begin to shift the weight forward, coming into our Sphinx pose. So chest comes through the forearms, legs are extended behind us, maybe toes together if you don't have low back sensitivity. Maybe looking up. Nice, holding here for an in breath. Next exhale, keeping the tops of the feet on the ground, not tucking the toes. We're coming into our forearm plank. So it's a little bit different variation. Our toes are not tucked. Nice, holding here for 2 breaths. And then on your next exhale, releasing down to Sphinx, releasing that out. And here. And exhale, pushing back up into that forearm plank. 3 more breaths here. Using our Ujjayi breathing. And the next exhale, releasing the hips down. Inhaling here. And last one, exhaling up to that forearm plank. This time, beginning to tuck your toes underneath while you're still in that forearm plank. So it's a more traditional forearm plank. We'll begin to rise up into our high plank. So one arm at a time, maybe straightening through the arms, palms come to the ground. Next, inhale, shifting forward onto the tops of the toes. Exhale, lowering halfway down. And making sure the shoulders don't go past the elbows. Inhale through for upward facing dog. And exhaling back for downward facing dog. So that's our vinyasa today. If you need to modify it in any way, feel free to do that. You can lower down the knees, whatever feels good to you here. But we're just gonna take a few breaths of down dog. Maybe pedaling out the feet. Maybe taking a cleansing breath, so inhaling in through the nose, exhaling, sighing it out. Nice, next in breath, we extend that right leg up for 3-point. Nice, bringing knee to nose for cheetah. Rolling forward in that high plank. And then extending it back out for 3-point. Nice, knee to nose for cheetah. Getting as much flexion in the spine as you can. We're going to need to lower that right foot down in between the palms. Rising back up for our low crescent lunge. We've been here before. Palms come up overhead. Nice, taking it kind of one breath per movement. Inhaling here as we exhale, we straighten through that front leg. Coming down to half splits, but keeping the arms raised. So trying to use pure core strength here. Next, inhale, rising up, low crescent. And exhaling, straightening through the leg, half splits. Inhale, rising up, low crescent lunge. Exhale, down for half splits. Nice, inhale, rising up, low crescent lunge. We come into lizard with our back leg still on the ground. So we're gonna take a few lizard push-ups here. Inhaling here as we exhale, beginning to bend through the elbows, lowering the chin down to the ground. In and out is good. Inhaling at the top, exhale, lowering down. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, inhaling down. Inhaling back up. Last one, exhaling down. Inhaling back up. Good, lifting that back knee up off the ground. Lifting that right arm up to the sky, coming into an easy twist. So getting really strong in your feet, getting really light in that left palm. We're gonna make our way up to water wheel. If this is too much right away, you can lower that back leg down. If not, we're twisting open towards the side, the right side of your mat. Nice, maybe exalt this, so bringing your right palm to your left back of leg. Nice, holding for one more breath. Then exhale, releasing out of that, releasing the palms back to the ground. But staying here in this low runner's lunge, coming into our extended side angle. So left palm or right palm stays on the ground, or maybe elbow to right quad. We're opening up to our extended side angle. Nice, so holding here for a few breaths. Next, inhale, rising up to our warrior two. Right leg is bent. Nice, and then making our way to Skandasana to the back of the mat. So bending through that left leg. Maybe right toes come up towards the sky. If this is way too much for you, maybe lifting up out of this a little bit. Taking the flexibility out of it and making it about strength. Nice, and then rotating to face the back of the mat. Right heel comes up towards the sky. And out for 3-point. We'll take it through a vinyasa here. So rotating forward, and now rolling forward. Maybe keeping that leg lifted, maybe dropping it down to the ground. Exhale, lowering halfway. Inhale for upward facing dog. And exhale back for downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. Maybe it's a cleansing breath. Maybe you're walking out the dog. And the next inhale, reaching that left leg up for 3-point. Nice, bringing that knee to nose for cheetah. Extending it out long. Bringing that knee back in towards your nose, making as much space as you can. So you can place that foot down without moving the palms. So really challenge yourself in that way. Lowering the back knee to the ground. Inhale, rising up to low crescent lunge. As we exhale, we'll find that half splits, keeping the palms off the ground maybe. Inhaling back for low crescent. Exhaling through to half splits. Inhaling for low crescent. Exhaling back through half splits. And inhaling through to low crescent lunge. Bring the palms on the inside of the foot. We'll take those lizard push-ups here. So inhaling here. Exhaling, lowering the chin to the ground. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, lowering the chin to the ground. Inhaling back up. Last one. Exhaling the chin to the ground. And inhaling back up. Coming into our easy twist. So this time, right palm stays grounded down. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Getting super light on that right palm. Maybe lifting up into water wheel. So our chest still opens up towards the right, or what's the left side of our mat this time. Maybe bringing that left palm to the back leg, exalting the toes. And then bringing both palms back down to the ground for runner's lunge. Spinning that back foot to 90, coming into our extended side angle. So maybe it's elbow to left quad, maybe it's palm on the ground on the inside or outside of that leg, whatever feels better to you. Holding here for a few breaths, making sure our chest is staying open. Next, inhale, rising up for our warrior two. Our bend is in that left leg. Gaze goes past the middle finger. Nice, and then making our way to Skandasana to the back of the mat, or the front of the mat originally. Holding here for a few breaths. And then rotating fully to that front side of the mat, pushing into your palms, bringing that front foot, making as much space as you can, lifting up that right leg, sending it back, maybe keeping it lifted here, lowering down through Vinyasa. Inhaling up for upward facing dog or cobra, and sending the hips back for downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe a cleansing breath, inhaling in through the nose. Exhale, sighing something out. Maybe taking a moment to come back to intention. Nice, next inhale, right leg lifts up to sky for 3-point. As we exhale, we bring that knee to nose for cheetah. Inhale, extending it up long. Exhale, bringing knee to elbow for mountain climber. Maybe flying here. We will hold for 3, 2, 1, and extending it back up long. Last one, knee to opposite elbow for reverse mountain climber. And extending it back up long. Releasing that foot down to meet the left foot. Nice, next inhale, left leg rises for 3-point. Bringing that knee to nose for cheetah. Extending back out long. Knee to elbow for mountain climber, maybe flying here. If not, holding for 3, 2, and 1. Extending back out long. Last one, knee to opposite elbow for reverse mountain climber. Extend it back out long. Releasing that left leg down to meet the right. Next inhale, we roll forward into our high plank, moving slowly this time. So exhale, lowering down halfway, holding here. Inhaling back up to that high plank. Nice, exhale, lowering down halfway. And inhaling up for upward facing dog. Exhaling, sending the hips back for downward facing dog. Releasing that out, inhaling in through the nose, maybe exhale, sighing it out. Next inhale, right leg rises for 3-point. We'll bring that right foot in between the palms, trying not to move the palms here. Rising up for warrior one. So this time our back foot is in 45. Our hips stay squared off to the front of the mat. Maybe arms go overhead, maybe gaze goes up. It's just taking a moment to find your alignment here. Inhaling in through the nose. Next exhale, come into an awkward twist. So try as best as you can to keep the back heel how it is on the ground, but if it's too much, just lifting it up off the ground. So placing that left palm down, opening up with the right. Coming into a twist, an awkward twist. Nice holding here for a few minutes, Next inhale, rising up for our warrior one. Beginning to straighten through that front leg, kind of rotating your hips more to the side of the mat. We're coming into our triangle pose, so arms come out into T, sending your hips as far back as you can. Once you reach your limit, then placing your right palm maybe on your shin, on the inside or outside of the foot, reaching your left arm up, stacking your bones on top of each other, stacking your shoulders on top of each other. Maybe gaze goes up towards that left thumb. Staying super strong here, so trying not to dump into that right hand, like really use your core, lifting you up. Nice holding for one more breath. And the next inhale, starting to get light on that back foot, maybe sending the right arm forward or right palm forward a little bit, opening up to our half moon, our Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe gaze stays towards that left thumb. Nice, maybe taking a bind here, grabbing the back foot or the lifted foot with your lifted arm, your palm. Nice holding here for one more breath. And then releasing that left arm down to the ground, squaring off the hips, placing the knife edge of your left foot to the knife edge of your right foot, coming into Krishna's dance. So your left leg is behind your right, but your toes are in line with one another. We inhale here, and we'll fold forward. So a good IT band stretch, maybe bending into the front leg a little bit more if you don't feel it. And wherever you are, we'll halfway lift. Start to push into that right foot. We're coming into Kundalini with the twist, so just lifting up that left leg, bending through the knee, keeping the left palm down on the ground, and reaching the right arm up, twisting open towards the right. Nice holding here for another breath. And then sending that back foot or that lifted leg back, coming into easy twist. So our left palm stays down on the ground, right arm goes up towards the sky. Again, getting super light. And that left palm, we're coming into our water wheel. So maybe if you were grounded last time, this time you lift up that back knee. Maybe exalting the pose. Holding here for one more in-breath. And then exhaling, opening all the way up to Goddess. And so our feet are facing the corners of the mat. We're bending through the knees. Nice, maybe arms come out to a T. You're gonna do a little challenge here, maybe lifting up one heel and then the other, holding for 3 breaths. You can hold anything for 3 breaths. Last breath, and placing the heels down, paralleling the feet off, inhaling, opening up through the chest, and exhaling, folding forward for a wide-legged forward fold. It's your favorite variation here, so if you like a bind behind the back, if you like an inversion, feel free to do anything, add anything, take anything out. We'll hold here for 5 deep breaths. And on your next inhale, we'll halfway lift, so finding that same length in the spine. As we exhale, we walk our palms towards the front of the mat. Beginning to lift up that right leg, bringing our knee to nose for cheetah. Nice. Keeping the high plank, we'll extend the leg out long, so it's a three-leg plank. We'll lower down halfway, Inhaling back up, bringing that knee to nose again. And then exhaling, extending it out for our down dog. Nice. Next, inhale, our left leg reaches up for 3-point. Bring that foot in between the palms. Opening up for our warrior one, so our back foot comes to 45. Hips are squared off. Nice, maybe palms come to prayer, extend it out. Maybe gaze goes up. We'll sink into this warrior one. Making sure the outside of our right foot is still pressing down into the mat. It's not lifting up. Nice, inhaling here for one more breath. And then exhaling, coming into our awkward twist. So right palm goes on the ground. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Making sure we're sucking our navel into our spine. Engaging our bandhas. Holding for one more breath. And then inhaling back up to that warrior one. You need to straighten the front leg. Setting up for triangle, Trikonasana, sitting the hips back to the back of your mat as far as they can go. And then placing that left palm down, maybe on the ground, maybe on the shin. Wherever you are, we aren't dumping. If we don't have any neck issues, we can extend our gaze or drishti up towards our right thumb. We'll be here for a few breaths. Maybe coming back to that intention once more. Maybe checking in on our breathing. Is it choppy? Is it smooth? Nice, and the next inhale, we need to get light on that back leg. Maybe sending that left arm forward. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Rooting into that left big toe, opening up the hips towards the right side of the mat. Nice, extending the right arm up to the sky maybe. Maybe taking the bind here if you did so on the other side. And eventually release that right palm down to the ground, squaring off the hips. Placing our outside of the right foot next to the outside of the left foot, setting up for Krishna's dance on this side. Maybe bring the palms beside your feet or behind you even, folding over. And then inhaling, palms come out in front of you, getting really strong in that left foot. Lifting up the right foot, bringing the heel towards the glute. Stacking your knees behind one another, opening up the left palm, placing the right palm down, or keeping the right palm down on the ground, setting up for Kundalini with a twist. Nice, maybe bending a little bit lower, deeper. And then extending that lifted foot behind you, setting up for easy twist. Our right palm is on the ground, our left arm extends out long. Getting really super light on that right palm, setting up for our water wheel. So keeping the twist. We're opening up towards the left side of the mat. Maybe taking that left palm towards the outside of the right leg. Exalting this pose. Holding for one more breath. And then spinning out of that, coming all the way into Goddess, facing the right side of the mat. So toes point to each corner of the mat. We're sitting down, it's a big, huge squat here. It's a little different this time. We'll take palms behind the back. So make sure our shoulders are stacking directly over our pelvis. We'll inhale here as we exhale, we crunch over towards that right leg. Inhaling up, crunch towards the left. Inhaling up. And with your own breath, taking this movement. We'll do about 5 more. Last one. And releasing into stars, straightening the legs, paralleling the feet, We'll inhale, opening up the chest once more, and exhale, fold forward. Favorite forward fold. Maybe this time taking a bind behind the back, extending the arms up, bring palms together. Maybe it's a headstand, maybe it's firefly, whatever you want to do here. We'll take 3 more breaths here. So if you're inverted, maybe making your way out of that. And next inhale, we'll halfway lift. Exhale, making your way to the front of the mat, framing that. Should be on the opposite side. Framing that left leg, and then bring your knee to nose once more, extending the left leg back for a 3-legged plank, or 1-legged plank, lowering down halfway, inhaling back up, bringing that knee to nose, and then extending it out long, eventually releasing into our down dog. Nice walking this out. Maybe taking a cleansing breath, inhaling in through the nose, and exhale, sighing it out. Next inhale, we'll roll forward, either lowering down with the forearms simultaneously or one at a time, whatever works for you. We're gonna come into our dolphin pose, so it's really great for the shoulders. Begin to walk your toes as close to the elbows as you can. It's like downward facing dog, but on your forearms. Next inhale, we'll lift our right leg up for a 3-legged dolphin pose. Nice, and if you can, on the exhale, we'll bring our knee to our nose. Nice, and the inhale, extending it out long. Exhaling, bring that knee to nose. Inhale, extending out long. And last one, exhale, bring that knee to nose. Extending out long and releasing the right leg. Nice, taking a moment. And the next inhale, left leg extends up long. Nice, bringing knee to nose, maybe shifting forward onto the right tops of the toes. Extending out long. Knee. Last one, knee to nose. Extend out long. Nice, and then meeting that left foot with the right, we lower down onto the knees. Push up into the palms, coming into our tabletop here. Nice, so taking that, or fleshing that out with a few cat-cows, whatever feels good. Maybe it's child, whatever you need here to your practice. We'll take 3 breaths. And then eventually meet me back in this down dog. Nice. So in this down dog, we'll maybe walk the feet out a little bit. Nice, next inhale, peeking up towards your palms. On our exhale, we'll begin to maybe hop, float, walk, whatever feels good. The feet in between your palms. We'll peek up, halfway left on the inhale. And exhale, fold forward. Next inhale, with a bend in the knees, we rise up for our chair. Our fierce pose. Maybe gaze goes up towards the palms. Nice, inhale, palms come to center. Exhale, twisting over towards that right side. Nice, so maybe cooking your elbow on the outside of the right leg. And then go ahead and gaze down at your right big toe. So getting super really light in that left foot. Start to bring our glute towards our heel. Nice, and then slowly, if you can, start to extend that left leg back. Nice, so we're eventually going to come into a revolved half moon. So if it works for you, place that left palm down and twist open with the right arm. If that's not for you today, maybe placing both arms down, or both palms down, coming into like a grounded warrior 3. And then maybe bringing that right palm to your hip, playing with opening up the chest. Nice, and wherever you are, we'll make our way into half moon. So keeping the right palm down on the ground, opening up the hips, we reach that left arm up. Nice. And then as slowly as you can, bending into that grounded leg, make our way straight into our peaceful warrior. So right arm extends forward and back, getting a big, huge side body stretch here. And inhaling back to warrior two. Nice, coming into Skandasana on the left side. So we've been here before. Right toes point out to the ceiling. Nice, maybe making this one about flexibility. Holding here for 2 more breaths. If you have the bind here and want to take it, feel free to do so. And wherever you are, start to get, to make this about strength. So lifting up the hips. We're going to begin to shift our hips side to side. So coming like into Skandasana on both sides. So shifting the hips over to the right and then shifting them to the left. It's like a side lunge. So we'll take about 3 more, just a few more until you get back towards that left leg. Nice, and then we'll rotate into an easy twist here. So right palm is down, left arm's lifting up towards the sky. Holding here for a few breaths. Nice, and then getting super light on that back foot. We're coming into Kundalini with a twist. So bringing that right knee in towards the left knee, bringing the right heel towards the glutes. Nice, holding here for a moment. And coming into this like weird lunge, we're gonna send our right leg towards the left side, towards your left side of the mat. So it's like an easy twist, but our right leg is way over past our left leg, if that makes sense. Nice, holding here. And then getting light in that right palm. We're gonna come all the way up to stand into stork. So bringing your right knee into chest. Nice, making our way into Eagle Varudasana. So bringing our right palm, our right arm, our left arm underneath our right. Nice, starting to bend into that left leg. Placing the right leg on top, maybe binding, maybe double binding here. Sitting down into our Eagle pose. Sucking everything in, engaging every muscle in your body. Stacking our shoulders over our hips. Nice, holding for 1 more in-breath. Let me exhale, releasing that out, maybe shaking that out. Our last pose of this sequence. So keeping the feet about max distance apart, we're gonna come into like a Malasana squat. So sitting down like almost into our Malasana, but so our hips and our shoulders are in a line with each other. And so you could place like a glass on your back and it would stay upright. Again, a challenge here, maybe lifting up one heel, and then lifting the other. Getting our legs shaking, our whole body shaking. 1 more breath here. And then exhale, releasing out of that, the hips go up towards the sky. Nice, inhaling here. Last option, maybe taking crow if you want to here. So if you do want to, we'll maybe bend the elbows, bring the knees to each elbow, lifting one foot off the ground and the other. If you want to take crane, you can bring your knees to the armpits. If you're not in this, just coming into Malasana, maybe playing around with that. If you never have, it's kind of the point of home practice, play around with stuff. Nice, and then holding for 1 more breath. If you're in crow, you want to shoot back to chaturanga, feel free to do so. If not, we'll just all make our way back to down dog. Maybe taking a vinyasa or skipping it. We'll be facing the back of the mat now. Nice, and taking a cleansing breath here, inhaling in through the nose, and exhaling, sighing something out. Go ahead and peek up at your palms. Starting to get light on your feet. Exhaling, jumping, hopping, stepping, walking forward. Inhale, peeking up, halfway lifting. And exhale, forward folding. Next, inhale, rising up to our chair pose. Nice, exhale, bringing palms to heart center. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine. And exhaling, twisting over towards your left. Nice, so starting to maybe gaze down at that left big toe, lifting your right heel towards your glute, maybe extending it out long, maybe releasing that right palm down to the ground, and finding our revolved half moon, opening up that left arm. We'll hold for about 2 more breaths. And then releasing that left palm down to the ground, opening up the hips first, second shoulders, hips on top of one of each other, and then maybe second shoulders, opening up for a half moon or Chandrasana. Holding for 1 more breath. And then slowly begin to bend in that front leg, releasing straight into our peaceful warrior. So sending that left arm forward and then back. A huge side body stretch. And then rising back up to warrior 2. Coming into Skandasana to the right leg, to the back of the mat. So this first one, we find a little bit of flexibility. Maybe sending your left toes up towards the sky. Holding for 2 more breaths. And then we'll all bring our palms in front of us. So sending the hips up a little bit. We're going to begin to shift them side to side. So kind of finding like side lunges here again. So taking about 2 more. Ending to the right leg. Coming into an easy twist. So our back heel lifts up. Our left palm stays on the ground. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Nice, getting super light in that back leg. Making our way to Kundalini with the twist. Knees stacked on top of each other. Left heel to left glute. Nice, and then finding that awkward lunge again. So sitting that left leg to the right side of the mat. Keeping that twist here. So maybe you're really feeling this on the outside of your right glutes, right leg. And then getting light in that left palm. Rising all the way up to stork. Bring your left knee into chest. Nice, setting up for eagle on this side. The right arm comes underneath the left. Maybe finding once or twice. Start to bend that right leg. Crossing the left on top. And sitting down into your eagle pose, making sure that our elbows and knees are in a line. And it's engaging every muscle in your body. Taking 1 more breath here. And then exhale, releasing out of that. Maybe shaking the legs out. Nice, bringing our feet about max distance, coming back into that yogi squat. So our back is in one straight line. Arms extend out long. Again, challenging yourself here, lifting up one heel, then the other. Holding for 3 breaths. And then releasing, sending your hips up to the sky. Nice, 1 last chance for crow, Bakasana. So maybe this time playing with it if you didn't last time. If not, if you want to just sink into Malasana, feel free to do so. It's always a great option. We'll take 3 more breaths here to play. Firefly is also another good option here if you know that. Nice, and then wherever you are, making your way, maybe through a vinyasa, or simply sending your hips back to downward facing dog. Nice, taking a few breaths here. Maybe taking a cleansing breath here. Nice, so next inhale, our right leg will rise up for 3-point Nice, bringing that right foot to the outside of the right palm, setting up for our lizard pose. This time releasing the left knee down to the ground, sinking into this huge hip opener. If you want to take a quad stretch here, I'm afraid we're running out of time, so I'm not going to do it, but I'll offer it if anyone wants it. You can go ahead and bend that back knee. Reach that right arm up and back, maybe grabbing a hold of the foot. It helps to kind of roll forward on that left leg so that you're not putting all that pressure on your left knee. Okay, so then wherever you are, coming back up onto your palms. If you're not, you're gonna lift that back leg up, setting up for a pyramid pose. So bring that left foot in and out. So your feet are about three feet apart. We'll inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold forward. We'll all inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring that left foot to meet the right. Inhaling here. Then exhale, sitting that right leg back, setting up for lizard on your left leg. Nice, to setting that back knee down too, maybe. Maybe taking a quad stretch here if you did so on the opposite leg. Holding here for about 3 more breaths. And then tucking the right toes underneath, stepping that right foot in and out, coming to our pyramid pose so our hips are squared off again. We'll inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold over that left leg. Nice, holding here for about 5 breaths. Then inhale, halfway lift. Bring that right foot to meet the left. We'll go ahead and sit our glutes down. Just extend the legs out long for our seated forward fold. So inhale, palms come up overhead. As we exhale, we begin to fold forward. First, keeping the length in our spine, strengthening our spine here. And then maybe on the exhale, we begin to fold forward. Bring our chin to shin one day. Any amount is good. And then inhaling, halfway lifting. Exhaling here. Next inhale, rising back up. Go ahead and bending your knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the ground. Maybe bring your glutes a little closer to your heels. We're just going to lower down into the spine. Setting up for 2 rounds of bridge to counteract all the forward folding we did today. Nice, so pressing into the soles of your feet. Being really active in your core and your glutes. We're going to send our hips out towards the sky. Maybe taking a bind of the hands underneath the back. you'd rather take wheel, or if you have a wheel in your practice, we'll take one more back bend so you can do it then. If you'd rather push up into it now, feel free to do so. Nice holding in this bridge for 3 more breaths. If you have any blocks at home, now's a really great time to do supported bridge. Wherever you are, releasing down out of that. Nice, letting the knees rock side to side. Windshield wipering them. Set up for our last bridge of class, so maybe it's full wheel. You're going back into bridge. Go in the same way we just did. If you want to go into wheel, maybe bringing your palms beside your ears. Beginning to push up into your palms and your legs. Maybe gaze is in between your hands. Holding in this last back bend for 5 more of your deepest breaths. And when you have completed your 5 breaths, when you're ready to come down, feeling free to lower down, same way we came in. Maybe this time, bring the soles of the feet together and the knees will go wide. I mean, Supta maybe bringing one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Setting up for small gratitude practice, drawing in 3 things that you're absolutely grateful for in this day, in this moment, in these past few weeks. And sealing that in with an in breath. We'll all exhale, sigh something out. Begin to bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug. Nice, maybe rocking side to side, massaging low back. Extending your arms out to a T. Bring your legs to 90 degrees. We'll let our legs go to the right side first. Gaze will go left. Coming into your favorite spinal twist. And inhaling back to center. And exhaling, letting them go to the opposite side. And inhaling your legs back to center. We'll end with an inversion. So if you have a favorite inversion you want to do, feel free to do so. We're just going to do happy baby. So bring your knees towards your armpits, grabbing either your big toes, outsides of the feet, outsides of the calves, with your palms, your peace fingers, starting to bring your knees into your armpits, maybe rocking side to side, maybe playing with extending one leg than the other. If you'd rather take shoulder stand, waterfall, legs up the wall, bed bug, feel free to do that now. And slowly bringing your knees back into your chest. We'll end with Apanasana. So giving yourself a big hug, bringing your eye sockets to your kneecaps, engaging every single muscle in your body. Inhaling in here. On the first exhale, we let our upper body go down to the ground. Nice, keeping the knees tucked into chest. Inhaling here. And exhaling, sending the legs out long, maybe to each corner of the mat. And practice the 3 deep cleansing breaths together. So this first one, we'll just sigh it out like we've been doing all class. So inhaling in through the nose and exhale, sighing something out. This next one, we're gonna it out of the mouth. So inhaling in through the nose, holding at the top, and exhale. This last one, we're just gonna it out. So inhale in through the nose. Biggest, deepest, strongest inhale of the day. Pausing at the top. Exhale, releasing into our Shavasana. We'll be here for a few minutes. Just letting go of that yogic breath. Maybe coming back to intention. And slowly, maybe starting to bring some movement back to your fingers and your toes. If you want to stay in Shavasana longer, feel free to do so. If not, maybe bringing your knees into your chest. Rolling on to your favorite side for fetal position. And slowly, with your eyes closed or hazy, making your way up into an easy seat. Nice inhaling, palms to heart center. Taking a full breath here. And then reaching our thumb knuckles up to our third eye. Thank you, yogis, for practicing here with me today. I really, really appreciate you guys giving me some purpose during this crazy time. So namaste to you all, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you.